Hey everyone, Twan Michelle here, a narcissistic abuse recovery coach and mental health therapist. And today I'm going to talk to you about what happens when you give the narcissist the silent treatment. How does the narcissist act? As we all know, the narcissist often uses the silent treatment as a punishment. When they don't get their way with you, they become like a spoiled child, and they will either throw a tantrum or they will have an attitude and they will ignore you and pretend you don't exist, which is giving you the silent treatment. So anytime you are not being good supply, not being a good girl, good boy with the narcissist, then that is one way that they will punish you. So I'm using the term silent treatment in terms of basically going no contact with the narcissist. It's not the same thing. It is sort of the same in terms of you're not speaking to the narcissist, you have no interaction with the narcissist, you're not having anything to do with them at all. But the purpose is different, okay? The silent treatment is meant as a punishment. It is meant to shape your behavior. It is a form of emotional abuse and manipulation. When the narcissist is giving you the silent treatment, it is intentionally harmful. When the victim or survivor rather of narcissistic abuse is giving a similar behavior that looks like the silent treatment, it is really a behavior that is intended, or a tactic rather, that is intended to protect you, protect your peace, protect your mental health, help you separate yourself from this toxic person. So I am using the silent treatment term very loosely. But it's really about no contact, okay? There may be times though when you are in your when you are still in the relationship with a narcissist, where you do decide to, how do you say it? I guess give them a dose of their own medicine, right? I don't recommend that, but I am aware that it happens. There is also something called reactive abuse. So sometimes we start to treat the narcissist in the ways that they treat us. But what happens when you are silent with the narcissist and you basically go no contact? You are not answering calls, texts, emails. You've blocked them, hopefully. You are not on social media. They can't access you there. The narcissist is really going to become desperate to get some type of response from you, okay? This could happen during the hoovering stage, after they've discarded you and they're trying to get you back. This could happen maybe if you've walked away from them because you have recognized and accepted them for who they are. This could also happen in the devaluing stage of the narcissistic abuse cycle, where they really become harmful and cruel and abusive to you, and you decide that you are either going to take a break or you're going to walk away from them. It can happen at any time, basically. The only time you won't really see the behaviors from the narcissist that I'm about to mention is during the love bombing stage, when they're idealizing you and they're being on their best behavior, okay? So I'm going to tell you 5 things that the narcissist will do, 5 ways that they will act when you basically give them the silent treatment or go no contact. You can use whichever term you want, but just know that they're for different purposes. They have different meanings. One is intentionally harmful, the other is more protective. So I took some notes. I'm gonna read off the first thing that you'll find with them. This may happen in the order in which I'm presenting it. It very often does, because it's sort of a progression as they become more and more desperate, as they have the initial intense reactions, and then they become more crafty about how to get a response from you. So the first thing that you'll notice from the narcissist when you give them the silent treatment or when you get into contact with them is that the main emotion that will be triggered will be anger, and the narcissist will act out aggressively, okay? The narcissist is going to experience intense anger consciously, okay? Let's say the main emotion that the narcissist is going to experience consciously is anger, but beneath that, at the subconscious or maybe even unconscious level, is shame. The narcissist shame, feelings of inadequacy really is going to be triggered, but they don't have access to that. That's the whole reason they created this narcissistic grandiose persona, to avoid those feelings. So they are going to be consciously aware of anger, and that's what they are going to respond with. They are going to become very verbally abusive towards you. They might become threatening. They might threaten to to do things to you. They may threaten to say things about you. They may start lashing out at you, and if you don't have them blocked, then you might get some really angry, hostile, mean and cruel voicemails, text messages, emails, but they're going to be extremely angry. And this is for the purpose of trying to intimidate you to respond to them. So they're going to make threats, okay? The threats may not always be physical threats, although if you're dealing with a malignant narcissist, you may likely get a threat of physical harm. So you have to be very careful. And as we all know, a malignant narcissist can act on those things. So it can be a very dangerous time. Seek some help if you are dealing with a narcissist who is extremely aggressive. Emotional abuse is definitely harmful, as we are aware, and not to minimize that. But physical abuse definitely puts you at a different type of safety risk. So that's the first thing you're going to notice. The narcissist is going to become extremely intensely angry and aggressive with you. So the second thing that the narcissist is going to do, once the anger and the aggression is not working, they're going to then try a different tactic, and they're going to start with the fake remorse. Okay, you're going to get these apologies from them. You're going to get these false promises of how they're going to change their behavior. They're going to seem really remorseful and regretful. So all the things they did when you were with them, they're going to be giving you fake apologies for if those things come up. But not only that, all that aggressive, hostile, abusive behavior that you experienced from them while they were in that angry phase trying to get a response from you, they're going to be apologizing for that and saying that they're going to change and they didn't mean to act that way and they just couldn't help it. They were so hurt. They can't live without you. It's driving them crazy not to hear from you and all these things. And they're empty promises. It's a means of manipulation. They're going to pretend to be remorseful. You might even get some crocodile tears. Don't fall for that. This is just another one of their tactics that they're going to use to try to get a response from you when you are silent. And the third thing that they're going to do when the anger and the fake remorse doesn't work, they're going to go into the victimhood and seek empathy and evoke guilt. Man, they are really good at this. This is one of the narcissist's, I think, favorite manipulation strategies, okay? Let me tell you why. Because they know this is the one that really works. If you are drawn to narcissists, you are likely a very empathic, caring person. You may also be a people pleaser. You may also be an approval seeker. You may also be the type of person who avoids conflict. You don't want anyone to be upset with you. You don't want to feel responsible for anyone's emotional pain or emotional turmoil. So the narcissist is going to flip the script and make it seem like you are actually doing harm to them and that they can't believe you're treating them this way. Like, I thought you loved me and you were the only person who's ever been there for me, and now I don't have you and I don't have anyone and I'm all alone and I don't know what I'm gonna do and I just can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe you would treat me like this. I thought you loved me. This may start to work, and this is why, y'all, I always say time and time again, this is why no contact works. Because the narcissist knows how to push your buttons. They know which tactics are going to work for you. Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. The only way I was able to permanently remove myself from the narcissist was going no contact. And honestly, I wasn't able to successfully do that for a very long time. I went back repeatedly until I stopped falling for these tactics. And it's because I didn't block him for a while, because I wanted to know like what headspace, what mindset he was in, because I was actually afraid of him. And I hear that a lot from folks, and I totally get that and understand that. But as long as you do that, as long as you are getting pulled into their head and their thoughts and their mentality, it's not only going to evoke a sense of either fear or safety, depending on what headspace they're in, but it's also going to evoke some other emotions from you. And so guilt is one of them, and concern and care, and you're going to feel bad for these people, and you're going to feel some guilt because they're going to make you think that you're causing them pain. Do not fall for this, okay? This is one of their primary successful and effective tactics. And the fourth thing that the narcissist is going to do, the anger hasn't worked. Let's say the fake apologies hasn't worked. The victimhood, trying to make you feel guilty and care about them, hasn't worked. The fourth thing that they're going to do, they're then going to try something else. They're going to say, okay, I've tried everything to get back at this person and to try to get a response from them. It's not working. So I feel like I need to contact some of their people. So they begin to seek out your friends and family to get information about you and to gain support. This is where they are going to begin the triangulation. Let me try and get, her cousin, uncle, brother that really has always liked me. Let me try to get him on my side. Maybe he can, talk some sense into her. Let me try and reach out to her kids, because the kids really liked me. I used to buy them gifts all the time and take them places. Let me try and reach her mom, because I really had mom fooled, right? Mom really believed that I was this great guy for her daughter. So they're going to reach out to friends and family. And let me tell you, sadly, but quite often, friends and family, they fall victim, or they fall for the narcissist manipulation as well. Okay, they get fooled, they get the wool pulled over their eyes as well. And sometimes the narcissist can be very effective and skillful at even turning these people kind of against you and having them on their side. Luckily, I did not experience that, but I know many people who have. So try and have a talk with your friends and family, and if they bring up the narcissist around you, ask them not to. Set some very clear boundaries with them and say, hey, I prefer you not talk to this person, but quite frankly, you have no control over what they do. You only have control over what you do and how you respond. So you set boundaries with them and you say, look, I don't want to have anything to do with this person. I've moved on. I'm having no contact with them. I prefer you do the same. But if you choose to contact them, that's your opinion. That's your right. However, I don't want to hear anything about it. If you choose to keep bringing this person to my attention, then I may need to take some space from you. Okay? That's a very assertive response. You were letting them know how you feel. You're letting them know what you want and expect. You're letting them know the consequences of that. That is how we set boundaries with people. The narcissist is really good about doing that. So, it's just one of their tactics that has been effective. And then the fifth thing that I have here is that they will start stalking you. Okay? So if none of those tactics work that I have talked about, the narcissist is going to up the ante. And they might start with some stalking behaviors, like showing up at your house unannounced, showing up at your job, showing up at those family members' houses or those friends' houses who would not speak to them, sending you gifts, harassing you with multiple calls and emails, and hopefully you've kind of blocked so you don't have to worry about that. But they might start showing up at places where they know that you go, your gym, the grocery store that you shop at, your church. They'll just pop up on you and they'll be really creepy. And so if that happens, seek some help, y'all. That's all I can tell you. I was in a situation with a malignant narcissist and I was very afraid. I experienced all of the above. Okay, everything that I mentioned I experienced, including the stalking, including the threats of harm and all that, and actual harm. And I didn't get authorities involved for whatever reason, but I'm saying don't try and handle this on your own. Figure out the best strategy for you, the most safe strategy for you in dealing with these people. Don't do it in private. Don't do it in secrecy. Have a support system. Have a safety plan. Just have some things that in mind that you will do if you are starting to feel unsafe and if you need to protect yourself. Okay? But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this topic. Comment down below what your experience has been when you've given the narcissist the silent treatment or gone no contact with them. what was that like for you? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it out with others who you think may benefit from this topic, and check out some of my other content. If you like my videos, subscribe to this channel. We would love to have you be a part of this community. And if you have any topic ideas, I'll leave those down below as well, and I will try and deliver on that. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.